Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We join our party in the Grim Forge, in the area where the True Soul Near fight played out not very long ago. Now, normally, to go to the area I'm trying to get to, there are some side paths that you have to follow, but I was looking around in this area, and I noticed a very close jump here. Now, we have Misty Step on a short rest. We could short rest as a bard just by playing a song, and we have 2 more for today. So if I need to get this back, I could. But I think we can Misty Step right over this gap, which, funny enough, is also the gap that's directly next to the splint mold, which I need. So I'm going to take that. And then that's also right next to the ancient sigil waypoint for the adamantine forge, the ancient forge. So just like that, I can get the entirety of my party over with one little Misty Step and save quite a few steps around the other way. Theoretically, I might have to actually double back to get something, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. This is the mace mold. I want the shield mold, and I do think I have to double back for that. But I have the waypoint, so I can fall back to that waypoint, no problem at all. We also have the scale mail mold off to the side. If you haven't caught on to what we're doing today, we are making some armor. The fight that is looming at the base of these stairs is a big one. One I think we are prepared for, and one that there are a few additional strategies to clearing than we've ever shown in a video. But before we do that, there is about to be a fight on our hands. Let's walk over here to the side and see what we can do. We were not surprised by this fight, luckily. We are going to see Shadowheart move up towards the rope netting, where these guys are sitting atop. We are going to cast Sacred Flame onto the animated armor on the right side, trying to cause it to have a debuff to its hit rating. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Lae'zel is going to dash forward and take up shop at the base of the rope netting. We're then going to see Astarion do a very big move. And now that he's in position, we can probably throw something. Why don't we throw one of these javelins? He can get these up to the high ground. Unfortunately, this guy does have a high defense. Wow, 1 damage with that. That must not have been... That was a pike, not a throwing weapon. That was my problem. We didn't use a javelin. There's a javelin right here we could throw, but, I mean, the damage is going to be at least better than 1. If it hits at all. Okay, upsetting first couple of turns. But our front line is in position. Now, what do we want to do with Dungen here? He doesn't have very good line of sights at all. We potentially could put a glyph of warding up on the high ground, but do I want to waste a spell slot with that? It's saying I have line of sight here. What a crazy shot underneath this circular thing on the wall. 1 hit does connect, and our enemy takes quite a lot of damage from that attack. And here they are beginning to swarm as simultaneous turns means the warriors are moving up all in one fell swoop. Our Lae'zel takes 13 damage from the side and another 11 from his second swing that didn't have an animation. The crossbow guard from above misses their first shot, but lands the second on them. And now Astarion taking a little bit of the attention as well. These guys are going to be hit with a scorching ray. Man, we have disadvantage on everything here, don't we? What would a bless look like on Dungen? And then our auto attackers up here. We could do that, and then I don't think we need to follow up with anything else. We're going to watch as Dungen fires off both of his crossbows, aiming for the animated armor next to Shadowheart. The first shot lands, the second shot lands, and he one-shot an animated armor. Oh my god, Dungen, that was amazing. Dungen moves up a little bit to be next to Shadowheart, who he valiantly protected. We're then going to see Lae'zel open up with a swing of her own onto the animated armor. Unfortunately, the first one misses, and so does the second. Astarion moves in to the top rope. Once he arrives, he's going to pick up one of the animated armors and attempt to throw him down into the lava below, which it looks like he'll be able to do. The target lands in fire, and they are swiftly melted down into nothing but ash. The archer on the other side is going to meet a very similar fate as Astarion moves in and grabs them by the shoulders, and we have a very easy throw down into the pit below. Now only the melee boy is standing, and all of our moves are done for this turn. We see a main hand attack on Lae'zel that connects for 10 whole damage. Another swing that connects again. Lae'zel takes an 8. With only 4 HP remaining, she's proclaiming that she needs healing. Shadowheart moves up with a swing of her own. That does not connect. She's going to end her turn. Before she does anything, Dungan's going to try to fire off a couple shots from his hand crossbows. First shot connects, the second does not. Lae'zel's going to go for a tripping attack now. With any luck, she can get this guy on his back. Never mind, he's permanently there as that massive hit wins the fight for the home team. Now, we do have a very minor problem. Let's go ahead and just short rest to get that Lae'zel HP back. I guess it's not that big of a problem. There's a ramp down. But I need to basically go get this stuff over here, and we're going to send Astarion out to do it. This is an ore that is only found in this area of the game.
Subtle steps.
Bro, just take the ladder. Come on. Is it because Shadowheart's standing in front of it? Come on. Just move around. This is the good stuff. This is a mithral vein, and we're going to be able to use that to craft some very, very good equipment in this area. Can you loot that without going in? They don't have anything. It's not worth it. Now, this is what I don't know. Can I damage this with a slashing weapon? You want to find out for me? Immune to slashing. So it looks like we're going to need a bludgeoning weapon. I think the only one I really have is the Club of Giant Hill Strength. So we'll just use that to start whacking at this vein. That drops some mithril ore on the ground, and we are very happy. Now, in order to get back to up to my party, that's very easy. Teleport to the waypoint that we opened up at the start of this video. Now, do I want to use my second rest here? I don't think so. We're going to use a second wind from Lae'zel, though. And to be honest, I probably should have used that before we rested, just so she could use it again.
An efficient path.
That's okay. I'm not that upset. I'm not that upset over that. There is another piece of ore nearby that I definitely want to get. This one is significantly better protected, though. This fight can go really poorly, really quickly. We're going to re-equip our main weapon on Astarion. The Everburn Blade is back, his demon-slaying blade, although it's not going to be particularly useful versus the enemies we are about to fight. So 1 damage taken. As everyone hops over, we get 150 XP for just discovering this area. My party is going to be set up on the hill like this. Dungen is going to perch at the top of the stairs as Shadowheart stealths near him. Lae'zel is going to go in first, if I can control her. She's just going to go right over here. And Astarion is going to follow her into this fight. I'm kind of debating swapping out his weapon. I'm going to chain him and Lae'zel together so they walk up together, and we'll see how this goes. I don't know how far they can get before things go south. And they always go south, don't they? We see magma mephits coming out of the ground, and they look hot. Only level 3, only 15 HP, so we should be able to kill them relatively quickly. Astarion was surprised. However, Lae'zel can't be. She's very alert. We're going to cast Blessing on Dungen, and that's going to be the only person Shadowheart blesses. I was hoping that wouldn't bring her into combat because Dungen wasn't in combat. That's where my thought process was there. Perhaps she is close enough that these guys can see her. I think that's probably the case because casting Bless did not take my action. Hey, fuck yeah, love that. Love to see that. We could try Wounding Ray from up here, just hit some necrotic damage on one of these guys from the high ground. I think that would be good. Let's keep in mind Dungen is not in combat, so he's losing that Bless every second we waste. So I'm going to get Dungen a little bit closer here. He only has 5 turns of that Bless left, and he's going to fire off his first shot of the fight On to the first of the magma mephits, taking it down. And, well, not really giving us a number advantage yet, but at least putting things in our favor. Next, for Shadowheart, I think we are going to cast a Sacred Flame from up here. 60% chance to hit. It does connect for 7 damage. These guys are very resistant to fire. In fact, immune to fire. So, I can't use most of our fun Domain of Light stuff, or Cleric of Light stuff. We're going to see Lae'zel approach. 8 health left on this guy. She swings. It explodes, leaving behind some magma, and then we immediately see more of these guys starting to claw up from the depths below. She is going to pull out her bow and do a pushing attack on one of these enemies. Maybe not. Maybe I don't care about pushing. It's just a chance of doing higher damage, so I'm going to do it anyway. It's going to knock that guy away. We're then going to action surge, and we're going to try to do that 2 more times. I suppose I don't need to knock this guy away. We could just fire off a shot at him, hopefully killing off that magma mephit. Now, I hope no more of these guys spawn as more die, but killing them at range is definitely going to be the better option. Unfortunately, he is still kicking. Lae'zel is hurt, but in Dungen's inventory, we have a potion of greater healing, and she gets 14 HP back from drinking that. This is still the first round of combat. Astarian's still surprised. A lot of these mephits moving around. Ooh, heat metal went off. Does that mean Dungen actually dropped his weapons? Are his weapons metal? I'm trying to get that information for you. The game does not want me to have it. More magma mephits are doing their turn. That's a lot of incoming damage by Lae'zel. We might be in trouble here. We could try throwing these guys around. That really makes me think I should have gotten Tavern Brawler on my Astarian. He'd be extra good in situations like that. Well, they are literally all grouped. They are literally asking to be eaten alive. Did Dungen lose his weapon? He still has it. So, we could do a couple things here. Number one, I could do a Glyph of Warding and just bang out some damage down there. It might be enough to kill off these guys. The second thing I could do is try to do a flourishing attack, a flourishing ranged attack, at some of these guys that are a bit further away. That way they don't necessarily explode on my team and end their life. I think that might be a good idea. First, I'm going to move a bit closer so we're not at disadvantage from range. And we are going to try the Slashing Flourish on the back line. Oh, that mephit we could kill with a bonus action. I'm going to go for this one here. And crap, this one here. If it hits, it's enough damage. Yeah, we killed both, and now they're going to explode. Astarian only took 2 damage from the explosion. We're going to bonus action shoot the other magma mephit for 20 damage, and he, luckily, doesn't hurt anyone. That's going to conclude Dungen's turn. We're then going to swap out to Lae'zel with a melee weapon. She is going to try yet another pushing attack, knocking him back. Oh, no, the knockback does not happen. Just the damage explosion. You hate to see it. Well, we are in a position where we can cleave a couple of targets down, so I'm going to try to do that. If she can kill 2, then they won't be blowing up on her. Unfortunately, she did not kill either, so I'm going to try to hit this guy with a dazing attack. If he had 1 HP left, we would have secured that kill there. Astarian is up. He's not raging yet, so let's change that. And we need him to use his Tiger's Bloodlust to kill off both of these targets. Of course, they're going to blow up if the damage lands. He killed one, so that means he can angle his next cleave to the side and try for the other 2, which he successfully gets. All things considered, I think that fight went pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. Astarian is going to break off from the rest of the party, and he's going to make his way over towards this mithral vein. All we need to do is re-equip. Well, really, any bludgeoning weapon would do it. I just don't want to steal anything from the rest of my party if I don't need to. Re-equip that. We're going to break the ore on the side of the room. And now we have 2 ores that we can use in the forge underneath. We are getting closer to the boss battle that I promised you guys. Although before we do it, we need to find 1 more mold. So I'm going to use Astarion again. We're back at the Ancient Sigil Circle that we unlocked at the beginning of the video. And we're going to use his extra strength to jump up onto this rail above where we were in the other room. Now... Oh, he's just out of range with his bow. Can I sneak maybe a foot? No, so I'm not going to be able to use the normal path for getting out of here. Unless I used our short rest after that conflict, after we fought the imps. So I do have my Misty Step ready to go again. We can use that to get above this area, which technically means I can move this platform back to Astarion, but I actually think this is exactly where I need to be for what I'm trying to do. Even better. And on the character I wanted to bring up, because we are going to have to, I think, pick a lock on a door over here. I suppose Astarion could have kicked it down. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. This doorway right here is the double iron door. It is currently locked. Let's see if we can change that. With a little bit of luck, we might be able to. I guess this door does not have a health bar, so Astarion would not have been able to break it down. That's a 2. We're going to need to do a little bit better than that. I do have 13 Thieves' Tools. That'll do it. Having our Shadow Heart here would have been nice for a little bit of guidance. Now, I know exactly what I am looking for and exactly where it is. We've gotten this in every playthrough we've done on YouTube, actually. It's not behind the double door that has a fight there. It's at the top of these stairs on the skeleton body here. As far as I know, this is the only mold that is not out in the open, and we have found it. I didn't hover over it, so I'll do that now. This is the shield mold. So we have the heavy armor one and the shield one at our disposal, and 2 mithral ore to forge them with. That is perfect. And to get back to the team, all I do is teleport. Man, that's really efficient. I like that a lot. I like the strat a lot. And now we bring the entirety of our party down to the adamantine forge. Now, Astarion has all of the goods in his inventory, so he's going to break off and get this started on his own, which might sound a little weird. The first thing we need to do is go to the crucible and insert oh, I thought he had all the ore. Who has all the ore? It's Lae'zel. He needs to insert the ore into this, I think. There we go. Perfect. Insert it into that. So the ore is ready. Now in the mold, we want to insert... it doesn't really matter which one we do first. Let's do the shield, because I know exactly what I want to do with that right away. So we'll put that in there. Insert. Perfect. So now all that's left to do is to hit a lever that would then bring us down to where the boss fight actually starts at. And I wanted to see, just out of curiosity, what happens if someone's standing over here. So Astarion loaded up the 2 things we needed to use. Now he's going to take his bow and shoot the lever. That's going to cause the platform to lower, as if one of our own party members pulled that lever. It's the same form of interaction. Now, the next part's going to be a little more complicated, because I want to hit that lava valve right there to get everything going. I don't think I can do that by shooting it. If I can, that would be hilarious. I think it literally just worked. Okay. So nothing's complicated at all. All I was going to do is summon in a mage hand to do exactly that. We didn't even need to go that far. You could see us on the walkway behind him. So the boss has spawned, and Dungen is up here on the high ground, perfectly safe. There's nothing bad that's ever going to happen to Dungen at all. So Lae'zel's going to move into position with her bow, and she's going to shoot down at the protected warrior down there. As you can see, he took a little bit of damage, and now there's a threat assessment. Okay. We are going to bless our party members with Shadow Hearts so they have a slightly better chance to hit. End that turn, end Dungan's turn, and see what happens next. Awaken has been cast by the gigantic eternal protector of the Forge, Grim himself. Now, Grim seems to have walked to the base of the platform that I am standing on, and I'm going to proceed to just shoot him. That's our entire strategy here. We're not going into the pit at all. We are just going to shoot the boss from up here. And if everything goes well, as long as, I mean, I've never played on Tactician. We might have some new mechanics here that I don't know about. But as long as everything goes well, we should be totally fine to do this. It looks like the boss is trying to maneuver around a little bit, but ultimately screeching because he's frustrated that he can't reach his would-be targets. Now, how you're supposed to do this fight is to get him superheated and then bring him under the middle and hit him with a bunch of blunt damage. Yeah, we're not doing that. This is also going to take a little while, so if this deserves a like, thank you for being here and for watching our content. I try to do this fight a little different each time, and I've never shown you guys this strategy, that's for sure. Okay, we do have a slight problem. I just shot him, and he's no longer superheated, so he's no longer vulnerable to my damage. To fix that, all we do is hit the lever again, which brings out more lava, which hopefully he's standing on. He's got to be close to that, right? It says adamantine reverberation. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, if he's not stepping in the goop, we got big trouble here. What if I do a threat assessment off to the side? And then, like, I stand over here. Will that get him to move into it? He's just creaking. Oh, no. Oh, no, this may not work. 0 damage, immune to piercing damage because he's not superheated. Okay, I might have a theory for how we can fix this. What does he do if I create an illusion in front of him? Will he go investigate that? I don't know. Either way, we're going to have to get it superheated again. Man, he is like a foot away from standing in a really good spot for this strategy. He moved forward, and... oh, I think that might work, dude. I think that might work. Let me try one more time. Just get him to move into the lava, just like right over here. Hey, what the fuck is that? Go check it out, bro. Go check it out. Yes. Oh, Dungen. Oh, Dungen, you're so good at this game, my dude. The boss is now susceptible to piercing damage again. We will rain down hell from above. When we need to reapply superheated, we could use the minor illusion strategy to get him into position. Okay, I didn't expect total immunity from piercing without being superheated. I really just expected to, like, throw down damage from up here, and that would be the end of it. That was almost a twist that broke our strategy, but we adapted very, very well. So we just hit the lava again. He is still superheated, so I don't really need to do anything. But next turn, we just give him the illusion. This is absolutely perfect. That's so perfect. I love how he goes out to kill the illusion every single time, only to then waddle back to the safe spot again. It's the perfect cycle, dude. He is getting a temporary shield every round, which is, oh my god, it's really slowing this down. But there's legitimately no way he could stop me. It is just a matter of time, patience, and perseverance. I'm very patient. I'm a very patient man. We're fine. I got all day. I mean, it's 5:43 in the morning. I literally have all day. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! We got some magma mephits here, boys! That is a twist I did not see coming. Magma mephits down in the magma. I'm going to do a slashing flourish on these guys. It does say I have disadvantage. But as long as it hits, that's all I care about. You know, 81% chance to hit. As long as it's not blocked by stuff, we're fine. 2 magma mephits down. I have a bonus action shot on another. I'm going to take it. So these guys could climb onto the high ground if we're not careful. And they could potentially cause a lot of havoc up here, too. Really low damage from our shots with Lae'zel. I don't imagine Shadowheart's going to do much better, but I will get her to the edge of the platform so she can at least try to shoot down. And I apologize for these camera angles. There's really nothing I can do about it. Fighting from up here. So Dungen already did his attacks. Let's see what the magma mephit does. It casts heat metal. We're going to fire back with some psionic damage and take it down. I wonder how often he is going to summon in these things. The good news is he's still standing in the superheated, so we didn't have to reapply that this turn. Critical hit, temporary shield, and then we'll hit him again, or at least try to, before he moves back to his safety. 2 more magma mephits on the other side. We'll have to see how they choose to engage against us. 10 more damage there. Temporary shield. Oh, yeah. You guys haven't been missing out on too much. Don't you worry. I'm going to try to undend Dungan's turn and just squeeze Shadowheart in the front here so she can get some shots off, too. All right. Keep them coming. The magma mephits are flying only to halfway through the platform. They cast heat metal on Dungen again, dealing 5 damage. He did another psionic backlash, dealing 4 damage back. Another fly happening from the second magma mephit that's still standing. Heat metal on Dungen again. It was successful. So I have disadvantage, but my weapons aren't made of metal, so I did not drop them. And that's an important distinction. Okay. Dungen is going to do a shot with his offhand onto one of the magma mephits below. That was enough to kill it. His main hand shot on the other should do the same. No more ads, please. Now we go back to the slaying pattern that we were doing before. I'm not kidding when I say I think I've been at this for an hour. It's all just muscle memory at this point. I have my thing I do every 2 rounds, and then I do that. I'm falling asleep. I'm trying really hard to get this done, but the bot is slowly winning. If everyone lands their shots, this potentially could be the last round. He has 12 HP remaining. We're going to start off with an Astarian shot. 50% chance to land. It doesn't. He shoots again. There we go. Now, we're going to have Dungen move up, and he has disadvantage because for some reason he's out of range. And now Lae'zel, that's still in range, fires off a shot from the high ground. That did 1 damage. 1 whole damage. And then she missed. You know, Shadowheart over here has had a 30% chance to hit for this entire fight. And I think she's only missed like 3 times. Granted, she does like 2 damage when she lands her shots. But credit where credit's due. Of course. Right as I'm trying to compliment her. Okay, if Dungen shoots first, we might be out of this. Oh, please, dude. Please, just someone kill it. Please, dude. There we go. We got 4 damage. Okay, we'll take it. Lae'zel from the top rope fires off a shot. 3 damage. He's got a temporary shield. Oh, we end our turn. 4 damage in a dream. Shadowheart can hit it. She missed. Oh my god, I shouldn't have said anything. I jinxed it. Here we go. Dungen missed. Astarian. He hit it. Oh my god, we're done. Oh my god. Okay, now to get down there, all we have to do is shoot that lever that lowered the platform in the first place. That'll actually cast the mold that's inside of this. And I thought it would bring... Oh, this button. This button right here. Sharpshooter Dungen over there. He's going to nail the button. That brings the platform back up to us. Here we'll swap over to Astarion. He has more strength in his legs. He jumps across and loots the robot, finding the Grim Skull Helm. Something I'm not planning on using, but certainly is cool. The adamantine shield is what we crafted. I want to give that to Shadowheart. We made a build here on the channel about my swirly-whirly radiating light, radiating orb cleric setup. And one thing I learned from you guys is that one really important piece of the puzzle I was missing is this shield. Now, this shield has the same AC as what we were using before, but when a melee attack misses you, the attacker is sent reeling. Recovering from receiving a terrible blow or hitting a strong metal has a -1 penalty to attack rolls for every turn remaining. That's going to make our build even better at just dodging attacks like crazy. Awesome addition to what we were trying to do. But we have one more thing we want to craft here, don't we? Let's put in the mithral ore. Let's put in the... How do I get this mold out? Mold ejection lever. Let's put in the splint mold that we found earlier. And now we can do this the proper way. Send this down to the bottom. Jump over here really fast. Then we just start the flow of lava and hit that lever again. And everything should be crafted. Let's just make sure we don't step in any of that stuff to start things off. Now that the heat is here, that should do it. At least I hope. That looks right. I'm going to hit the platform control one more time. Try to send me up to the top. I don't think it's working because of all of the lava still on the platform. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the Forge Guardian, cheesed like I have never cheesed before. The adamantine split armor is the heavy armor, and we are giving that to Lae'zel, our fighter here, who is going to go from 16 AC up to probably 18 AC. And that still has the same effect of that reeling if someone misses me, and it's going to reduce incoming damage, and she can never be critically hit, making her even stronger. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little cheese fest. This took so long. I would say it wasn't even worth it. But hey, we showed the strategy off in a video, and if you guys got some enjoyment out of it, then I will take that. The gear we got today is really, really good, and it's going to aid us quite well on the remainder of our quest. I hope you join me for it. I'll see you all again very, very soon.